Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Desrina Hardianti. I will present our article about adversity quotient students in mathematics through process-oriented guided inquiry learning models, or POGIL. Mathematics is a branch of science that in the learning process helps students develop their ability, not only cognitive, but also affective. Students will have a good mindset and personality when they improve their affective ability. One of affective ability is AQ, or adversity quotient. Sudarman stated that students who don't like mathematics don't like the challenge they experience in learning mathematics. Has been embedded in themselves that mathematics is difficult, so that when facing math problems which different from the example given by the teacher, students tend to be lazy to solve them. One of the causes of this problem is because a lot of learning in the classroom is only process of transferring knowledge. Teachers provide information and then students only receive it. It is causes students can develop their IQ and only memorize information without understanding them. So we need a way to make good achievement in mathematics for students. One of the learning models that can develop students' IQ is POGIL. Student activity in the POGIL model refers to research about creating affective learning based on constructivism theory. During the discussion in Find Solution, each student in the group has their respective roles, so students will be accustomed to being developed their IQ. Moe, Cregan, Hansen, Spencer, and Stallman state that students working other have more positive attitudes regarding the subject area, courses, and instructors, and acquire critical thinking skills, cognitive learning strategies, and other process skills that are essential to their development as independent learners. So, we interest to study about IQ in learning mathematics. Research method in this research is quasi-experimental with design research post-test only control design, and the sampling technique is purposive random sampling. Sample in this research was students in grade 7. And data collection in this research is with IQ scale instruments with a semantic differential scale type. Data in this research will analyzed by two sample independent t-tests. Indicators of IQ is control, origin, ownership, and reach endurance. Before we do analyze hypothesis, we do prerequisite statistical analysis. There are normality test, homogeneity test, and equality of mean. This data was normal and homogeneous based on normality test and homogeneity test. And equality of mean in this data is for make sure that knowledge students is same. Based on the analysis, based on the table shows that significant 1/3 equal 0.001 less than alpha, which show that the IQ of students who get learning with POGIL is significantly better than students who receive conventional learning. This is the percentage of students achievement in mathematics learning with POGIL model. Overall, students' IQ in the experimental class was higher than students' IQ in the counter class. Based on the result of descriptive statistical calculation and the result of the inferential statistic test, it shows that the students' IQ who receive learning with POGIL model was significantly better than students who receive conventional learning. Overall, adversity quotient of experimental class students was higher than the control class student. There are significant differences in adversity quotient between students in the experimental class and students in control class. The result of descriptive statistical calculation and inferential shows that adversity quotient in class who use POGIL was significantly better than students receive conventional learning. This result is in line with Widyaningsih, Haryono, Suparto, Zawatsky, who argue that in the learning with POGIL model, students become more focused on determining problem solving and can produce new concepts for students. This is also argued, they also argues that in learning environment with POGIL, students will justify their thinking process through the mistakes and misconceptions during group discussion. Because it is more focused, students can control how far the problem can affect their efforts in dealing with the problem. Students can focus on the way are discussing and be actively involved in group discussion. The stage in POGIL that most contribute the developing student IQ are the exploration and concept formation stage. In the exploration and concept formation stage, students' IQ can develop because it is through this stage that students must use their thinking skills to find information and solution. And this stage, students are faced with various problems so that students must be able to face them to get a solution. If students have a good IQ, students will try to find various ways to solve the problem. One of the things that teachers can do be able to develop students' IQ is this stage, is to reduce the provisions of assistance. So the conclusion of this research is, based on the result and discussion, it can be concluded that significantly, the adversity quotient of students who get learning with POGIL model is better than students who get conventional learning. And then the dimension of adversity quotient that are most responded positively by students are dimensions of control, ownership, and reach. The POGIL stage that can develop students' IQ is exploration stage and concept formation. It's all for me. Thanks for your attention. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.